Well, good evening, comrades.
Good evening.
We've returned.
After a long break.
A long, arduous break. We've been all over the place, haven't we?
Well, you have, I haven't.
Yeah.
It's been, 3 months?
It has.
I think the last one was November.
And we're becoming much more popular. I mean, I've had people come up to me on the streets.
Even though we haven't uploaded anything,
Well,
we're still popular.
Yeah. People come up to the streets, I take photos of them, all that sort of stuff. Mainly I crashed in someone's car and I had to give him my details. But I did put the podcast, the Mayhem Hour with Dave and Cam on their driver's license. Speaking of driver's license, I heard that your license expired.
Oh, I know that was yours.
Oh,
Mine's still fine.
Well, since when is it 2016? That's nuts, isn't it? I mean,
It does feel weird writing it out.
22 years old we are, And what have I achieved in my life? I've got a podcast, That's all I guess I can say.
Starting early.
So, no, it has been a long time, and I'm sure the viewers have become quite restless waiting for us to return. But we've been thinking about what we're going to talk about, haven't we? And there's been a lot of things that are really infuriating that have occurred over the last 2 months. What have they been, Dave?
Well, for me, I don't know. Too many losers.
Too many losers.
Yep. It's my problem.
Well, you know what? I think there's quite a trend with losers these days. I don't want to name any names, but I've seen a lot of pictures of men trying to look like women. With curly hair, like Goldilocks,
You mean dead straight hair.
Dead straight hair.
I hate those. What are those cuts with the samurai looking thing?
Oh,
the bun.
Yeah.
Hate the bun. Anyone who wears a bun's a loser.
And they go to Anytime Fitness, and they're large as a bloody fire truck. And they take the showers away from you, and they're looking at themselves in the mirror, and they think they're beautiful and they're hot, and they're sexy.
Oh.
These people, I'm thinking of one person, but I saw a picture of that particular individual last night, and he's in another country. Did you see that? You haven't been. Actually,
No.
I sent it to another Mr. Moody, Tom Moody, and wow, that is an image. We should put that on Facebook. Should be our profile pic. Put that on Tinder, and they won't know what gender it is. Anyway, we're not going to get too vitriolic and critical.
Well,
Well, yeah, we are.
I'll keep going on this.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you what else is a sign of a loser.
Right.
They wear a bucket hat.
What's wrong with bucket hats?
I don't think there's heaps wrong with bucket hats.
Bucket hats.
When you wear it, it's different. But honestly, 99% of people who wear bucket hats are losers. That's one of my rules in life. That's what I tell my athletes.
Never wear a bucket hat.
If you see someone wearing a bucket hat, they're a loser.
Wow. So is there any particular environment? Ponytails and
Any
bucket
guys who wear a ponytail?
Is there any
Even
time?
though that's not around.
Can you even wear it? Could you wear a bucket hat anywhere? Could you wear a bucket hat? I reckon having a bucket hat on during sex would be interesting.
Oh!
It might sort of
There'd be something
twirl
wrong.
around.
There'd be something wrong with the other person.
What about if she had a
participating
bucket
in it.
hat on as well?
There'd be something wrong with
What would you say to people who get matching bucket hats?
That's even worse.
There must be,
Like, maybe if you're hanging around the pool or something, or you're mowing the lawn or something, maybe, but no.
So is there any particular hat which could be used?
What?
I mean, I guess you could use a book as a hat, maybe.
You just wouldn't use a bucket hat.
Okay, this is
Why don't
another...
you wear a cap, or... That's it, cap. Or a cowboy hat.
A cowboy hat, yeah.
Cowboy hat, one of those, I reckon that'd be good.
Well, this is one thing that's really annoyed me, and I've been talking about it the last 2 weeks with you. I keep on bringing it up, and you keep on saying, we've already brought it up, it's, I don't think it's quite a significant issue, but I think it is. And it happens to me all the time. I'm always racing around Chatswood, trying to find a park. The other day I actually ended up on the wrong side of the road at one stage. I was in a no-entry area. I didn't give a fuck. And I stop and I get out of my car, and I've never tripped over at Chatswood. And people always say to me, excuse me, can you do your shoelaces up?
Oh.
Well, no, they don't say, can you do your shoelaces? They're not teachers or something, but, your shoelaces undone, you might fall. I might fall. How? You know what? I reckon those people are arrogant who say that.
So as well.
Because whoever does that, whoever is compassionate towards someone else,
So it doesn't feel like compassion, though, does it?
it feels like they're saying they're better than you, doesn't it? So what now? I don't wear shoelaces because they've affected my confidence. And
Well, I wouldn't feel the need to say that to a grown adult.
Look.
Maybe if you're a little 3 or 4 year old, yes, do your shoelaces up, you'll trip over. It's a life lesson. But not as an adult.
look, my mum.
Your shoelaces undone, who gives a shit? Let them do what they want.
Exactly, right. And then not only that, they watch you then do your shoelaces up, and they critique how you do it up. I mean, God help us. I'm still learning. I was never taught thoroughly as a child. I used to get locked out of my great aunt's house because I didn't know how to do my shoelaces up, and I had to wait for my mum to come out and then get her mum to come out and help me do my shoelaces up. I think it's appalling.
And how do you do your shoelaces? You do the bunny ears, don't you?
Little bunny ear.
Bunny
Yeah.
ears. One bunny ear or 2 bunny ears?
Just one bunny ear. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Oh, well, I don't have much time to do with shoelaces up these days. I usually do my shoelaces up around 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
When Bold and the Beautiful is on, I can have a cup of tea, nice little piece of chocolate cake, cheesecake.
Sounds like a joke, that.
So-
Show.
It is. So shoelaces, that is a real concern, a real problem.
I don't know why you'd feel in it. I just don't know why you'd feel in it.
I feel like a lot of women feel
I'm
like
just
that.
doing a bit of mailing while I...
Multitasking is what we call it. I feel like women do it a lot. My mum fell off.
Congrats.
Oh, well done. This must be from the Dana Mad show or something. The podcast
No, it's from Jill.
from Jill.
Jill, mate.
My mum, she was in an airport terminal, and those things that you go on, instead of walking, they have them in the airport, and you can stand on them, and they take you places.
Oh, the ones instead of walking, just the escalator type things. Yeah.
And it's going at a snail's pace, but my mum always uses it. And my mum fell off one of those. She was looking behind someone, and then it sort of suddenly ended, and she fell completely down to the ground like someone off Medal of Honor.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
That's cool.
So look, falling is quite easy these days. I think we've got to be careful. But shoelaces, I'm over it. So yeah, the holiday was good. It's amazing how quick holidays go, isn't it, David? You're just on holiday, you're at the airport, your plane gets delayed, you sit next to an obese, corpulent man who takes your food, and then you get off the plane, you have a couple of Heinekens, and then it's all done. That's my holiday. But family holidays are horrible, aren't they? They're disastrous. They're dismal. I mean, there's so much fighting and, driving a manual car when they don't know how to drive a manual car, not finding it. We couldn't find our car for about 6 hours, and it was another country because it was the border of Spain and Gibraltar. I did enjoy my salami, though. That was fun.
Salami?
Well, salami's great in Spain. It's the national dish, I think. So we had that, I went to London. That was okay. I had New Year's Eve there. I spewed everywhere in a cab. All over.
Standard.
All over Red Rover. Had to leave London to go to the airport. Then I went to Thailand. And I think we should stop there. I don't want to ever hear about Song Wanan Bangkok again. I'll have no nights in Bangkok after what I endured. 2 weeks of... What would you describe it?
2 weeks of looseness.
Well, yeah, looseness. But when I came back, I felt
well, you were feeling the effects of looseness.
I was.
Hangover of looseness.
Yeah, well, and I think that's a big issue, isn't it? Condiments.
That's the soft way of putting it.
Well, it
what
is.
happened?
No, you look. Okay, we talked about drugs last year. I think that's sort of, that's fine now. Well, maybe not. But, there's the police are doing some things and so on. But what are we going to do about the STDs? I mean, obviously, as we talked about Healthy Howard last year, he is the culprit. He's caused this. As you were saying, they spit on him. They don't respect that little smug little puppet.
Little giraffe.
no one respects giraffes. You're not even on the Lion King, You go to Taronga Zoo and they don't do anything. They just have a large neck. No one wants a big neck. No one's going to listen to
lion
a
or
healthy
something.
Harold. Get out bloody fucking...
A lion or a cheetah.
Tough Bruce or something, Bruce Willis or...
Some sort of bear or something.
Get like a bear.
Grizzly.
Yeah, he'll show you how to, party and stuff. But there needs to be something. We need to educate people about the need to wear.
George the Grizzly.
George the Grizzly could do it. George the Grizzly could tell people that if you don't check yourself, you may have long-term effects towards the groin area. And I think this is a big...
Problem is that I think some guys won't notice... They won't know the effects. They won't feel any different or no physical symptoms or anything like that. So they'll pass it on to a Sheila.
Pass it on? It's like Chinese whispers.
To a Sheila.
To a Sheila.
It's
who
like
then will...
Kris Kringle.
Who then will,
And then they feel it.
Who will bang, the whole of Arthur Street. Well, I think that's a big point because women don't actually feel it as much. The symptoms is what I mean. And but look...
Well, that I think they would know. I reckon they would know.
They could. I hate the medical centre, actually. I hate going to doctors. I think doctors is one of those things, it's just boring. They have shit magazines. They're always quite large and they always tell you to lose weight. It's always quite hypocritical. The lady, the receptionist, she's always so nice, but deep down she's a bitch. She's got tissues all over her place. The place is a bloody asylum centre. It's just disease ridden through there. You go there, everyone's coughing on each other and spitting and...
Well, that's why they're there, aren't they?
Well, yeah. You go to the medical centre. And
you don't go to the medical centre when you're healthy.
They are hopeless, aren't they? They gave me a form to fill out, a survey about the service. Waiting for a doctor. I had to wait about 45 minutes for a doctor. The lady had obviously been punched. She had like a massive band-aid over her moustache. And they don't really help you at all. So I've been...
obviously waxed it the night before.
She could have.
Give her a good wax and actually rip part of her
clear
skin off.
So I don't like that. I'm on Google these days. I'm on Bing. I'm on Google. I'm on Schmoop or whatever they call it.
Google Doctor.
I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Instagram.
Yes, isn't there a Google Doctor now?
I think there is. I know in England actually, my sister was saying that they pretty much just encourage you to go on this sort of healthcare site and say what are your symptoms, and it pretty much diagnoses what you have there. Is there a problem with this? Because I was actually more sort of trustworthy of the website than the receptionist or the doctor. With self-diagnosis is what we call it in the modern society.
I don't think so. No. You know what? A lot of the time when you look up symptoms, I think it makes it sound worse than it actually is. I think it freaks people out. Like, it'll be like, I don't know, you got a rash on your arm and, there's something deadly going on.
Something deadly going on.
You've got radiation or something.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So, I think that doctors are better than self-diagnosis over the net.
Yeah.
But Google Doctor would be good.
Google
Because if that's true and accurate.
So with Google Doctor, you just say things to Google Doctor?
I think it'd be similar to what your sister was saying.
Would you have to bulk bill or?
No, you just type in your symptoms and etc. etc.
Yeah.
Could be this, could be that. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Try to give more info.
Well, I guess the thing with this is I've been, I cross-check.
It's like I got a rash on my groinal area.
Are you making fun of me?
You've got STDs.
Oh, well, yeah. That's
Something along those lines. When in actual fact, you don't have a rash.
Yeah.
You've probably just been to the beach.
Right, yeah.
Bodies rubbed up against the inside of the old thighs.
Yeah, you haven't worn the skin.
Maybe it's just that.
Yeah. See, my problem is I don't think anyone taught us this at school. They didn't teach us about...
topic, though.
Well, yeah, it is, but they didn't teach us about what herpes are and gonorrhea and what's the other one? Syphilis and and pericarditis. No, they definitely didn't teach about pericarditis. And that's my problem. That's what I don't like about holidays. Every holiday, there's always some issue that I have. I had pericarditis. I had that thing that we're just talking about. I was in Thailand. There's always something in your life which sort of just infuriates you. Last year, I had migraines at one stage.
Well, don't go to India then. Don't plan on going on a trip to India. Because you will come down with something.
I mean, you know, they're going to ask me those life insurance ads. Do you smoke? Well, I say no, but, you know, I've had this, I've had that, Well, they just hung up. They won't want life insurance. They'll go back.
No, they'll just charge you a massive premium.
Oh, well, because I got all these
Instead
problems.
of paying $7 a week, you'll pay 20.
Oh, my God. It's very, very worrying when you look at images from you 3 years ago and you're smiling and you're happy and you
Have more hair.
You have more hair.
Your hair's not great.
Exactly right. You know, you can drink a bit. You know, you can have more than one coffee without having reflux or something. I mean, what happens? How do we become younger? Because when people get 65, you look at them, they're like fucking running and doing this little sprint and.
But that's only because they haven't
admirable.
done it. But that's only because they haven't done anything when they're younger, so they make up for it.
They're just incredible. Oh yeah, no, I can't do anything today. I'm busy. How could you be busy? You're retired. I'm going to Bunnings. They're running around Bunnings on their shopping trolleys
with a scammed card.
Oh well, that's right. And that's another thing.
With Cameron Rowland's scam card around Bunnings.
Yeah. Because I remember the first podcast we did was on wallets.
Yeah, you lost.
And I said I felt like I'd been alienated or isolated because I'd lost my wallet. I felt empathetic towards that. Well, I lost my wallet last Sunday, and I found it the next 2 days after. Another big problem, remembering when things are. But yeah, credit cards, Visa debits, things like that. I mean, another big problem. There's always these things in our lives which are, just annoying. But I think we're getting better at stress, aren't we? We're getting better at relieving stress. I mean, we were talking about things to relieve stress. I run away from my problems. So I run far away. I can really run fast. Now I've got a little bit of I'm a lot better than that guy off the Olympics, Athens Olympics. I'm like Eric the Eel, but for running, I'll go all day. I just won't finish the race. I went for a 5-lap run last year.
Because you've been running away from too many cops, Cameron.
Exactly. Oh, that's right.
Increase your speed.
I didn't finish the 5-lap run.
I have never seen Brad Yip run faster than when the cops pulled me over.
Well, you don't want to have a conversation with police. Like we have.
I'll explain what happened.
Mm.
On an air bridge. And we were... How do I best put this in a soft way? Urinating.
Yeah, right.
Down the drain holes. So that cars would go on cars. Ha ha ha. And then we walked down to take photos.
I mean, you call that a car wash. Crystal car wash. That's what they do. We've got a water shortage at the moment.
And then taking photos, and then saw a car coming. Oh, I better get off the road. Next thing, whoop whoop, it was cops.
So it was a gay cop
And
from
Brady
from
was
Oxford
across
Street.
the other side, and he darted, jumping over fences, and oh my gosh, never seen him move quicker.
Quite a loyal supporter of you, by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, oh he wasn't getting in trouble. That's fine. They took me home.
Yeah.
No harm done. No fine or anything like that. All good.
I think that's one of the hardest things in society, to not have a criminal record. I mean, you don't go out.
We don't have one.
Well, no, not yet, but you don't go out there to cause trouble.
We almost did. Luckily, we're underage.
But there's so many things in this country that you could do that give you a criminal record.
I think to avoid something bad happening,
You have to have a different name.
not
License plate.
95% of the time, you should be with a Sheila,
Right.
and make sure you go home before 12 o'clock.
In the day or?
No,
Oh, okay.
before midnight. Sorry,
Yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
I reckon you do those two things, you'll avoid trouble.
It's a good point. A lot of things happen between 1 and 2 p.m. 1 to 2 a.m., don't they?
Yep.
Kebab, well, most of the bars shut, first of all. It causes anger. Last drinks. Kebab shops are now shut in the Newtown. But all my troubles have been around that time. All my spews sort of resonating across Sydney have occurred then. my fights. I've been in some fights, well, not fights, but I've been sort of in confrontations, with people. Verbal confrontations at clubs and intellectual conversations with bouncers.
Arrogance fights as well.
Arrogance fights. I remember that one now, yeah. But I was talking to someone last night about one at this Eastern Suburbs place, probably where Mitch Pearce was. Yeah. And this guy nearly fought me because he was saying, I earn so much a year and you F off dickhead. And I said, well, mate, you're probably on the dole or something, as a joke. And he was about, he didn't take that well. Like, he came out, he was running, and the bouncers stopped him, and,
Kidding.
Yeah, he was, I don't even know who he was, because I got kicked out. And I was saying to the bouncer,
This was a Bondo, wasn't it?
I was saying to the bouncer, like, how is this, I don't even know what I was saying, but I was saying, how is this fair, whatever, Sort of like when you get in trouble in sport, you say, what's up, ref? Like, I don't deserve a yellow card there. Look, I pushed that lady over accidentally, I threw a drink at someone, and I spewed on your daughter. What's wrong? Let's just rewind. I've done some good things tonight. I went to the correct toilet. I didn't go to the women's toilet. I actually got into this club somehow. I think I snuck around the corner. And he comes out, he wanted to fight. And, I didn't want to fight, but I did, if that makes sense. Sometimes you just want to show some justice towards people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get the chance. I was going to go to the police station to report him, but I thought that's too much effort, isn't it? Yeah. Especially in Bondi. I mean, Bondi is one of those places you're so far away from anything. In a sense, you're never city, but
it is though, because you got to catch a bus to a station, and then you probably got to catch 2 trains. Yeah, it's a hike. I never want to live eastern suburbs.
No,
thanks.
Not at all.
Way too far out of the way.
Yeah.
No.
And it's only when you walk
to the North Shore.
You walk the streets of Sydney that you realise how socialist everyone is. I was walking near Newtown the other day and I saw so many hipsters. I could have shot all of them. All I needed
like
was
being
about
in Newtown.
300 bullets. Because there were thousands of them. It was like, what was on, bloody... I don't know, who do hipsters
Some
listen
sort of
to?
indie music.
Indian music.
Oh, no, Indian.
Oh, Ellie Goulding or something like that.
Indie, yeah.
I don't know. Lefties like listening to some sort of like mumbo-jumbo African Zulu stuff, don't they? Or is that just me being at Zanzibar, Newtown?
No, I think, no.
Speaking of musicians, there's a really good musician that I wish would make a return. Nikki Webster.
Oh, God.
She is not looking good these days. No. But her and Casey Donovan could do a nice duet.
I don't think they should.
Well, I think it would go well. A couple of supporters there, a couple of family members would be forced to come. Well, she's still young, so they'd probably have to drive her there. But my sister sang with her in the 2000 Olympics. Because they had that big choir. I don't know if you remember it, but... Do you remember the opening ceremony of Sydney 2000 Olympics? And Nikki Webster was singing? She looked the size bloody someone from a childcare centre.
She only was about 12 or 13.
She was. She was. She's 28 now. And I think she lip-synced.
Peaked early.
She lip-synced, but, she was quite young.
What makes you say that?
Well, I think she did. I mean, it was quite a nerve-wracking experience. If you ever watch it, it's quite interesting. It's nice looking at childhood memories, isn't it? One of my favourite movies was Hook. Back in the day. If you remember Hook, with Robin Williams in it.
No.
That is...
Must have been living under
Well, it's Peter Pan, but it's Hook. It's called Hook, right? And that is a good movie. And I found it the other night. I must watch that. Yeah. Well, I mean, what was one of your...
So it wasn't a cartoon? It wasn't Disney?
No. It was... Steven Spielberg actually produced it. And it had Robin Williams as Peter Pan in it.
Wow. 90s movie?
Yeah, it literally came out in about 1991 or 92. And Robin Williams is a grown-up 40-year-old businessman in Britain, and he has to go back to Neverland to find his children who have been abducted by, I assume, pirates in London. So he flies back, actually he goes Qantas. And he gets there.
Safe airline, Qantas.
It is safe. It's much better than Viet Minh. He gets there, and then he has to try and work out how to swim and fly and kill and, eat berries or whatever they do in Neverland, whatever the dish is there. And he wins. He defeats Captain Cook. Or Captain Hook, sorry.
Oh, so he becomes Hook.
No, he becomes Peter Pan.
Oh.
He is Peter Pan, but because he's grown up, he's forgotten how to fly, he's forgotten how to do things that he was able to do when he was young. So he has to then relearn, and he's quite a chubby man as well, so they take him, to the beep test and stuff like that.
So he's grown up,
Yeah.
he's left Neverland.
Well, yeah, he's living in London with a couple of kids.
And then, so he goes back.
He goes back
to defeat Hook.
Yeah, because Hook's taken his kids.
Oh.
So I don't know how he found that. He must have, looked them up on Facebook or something. But he's got him, and he has to get them back. And Hook dies. A crocodile eats him. And I guess that's interesting because everyone has a fear in life, doesn't it? I mean, Hook's fear was, losing to Peter Pan, first of all. But secondly, the clocks. Remember how much he hated clocks? Mate,
it's because of the
crocodile. Can you imagine him here listening to your alarm clocks in the morning? He'd be having aneurysm. Peter!
It's because of the crocodile.
What did the crocodile do?
Tries to kill him.
Yeah. Oh, it took his hand, didn't it?
And then, can't remember how the clock ended up inside of him. But anyway.
Yeah. No. Look, I'm not scared of anything anymore. I'm a bit afraid of snakes.
I'm terrified of snakes.
I'm fine with spiders now.
Terrified of snakes. I'm fine with spiders. If they bite me, they bite me, whatever.
I eat those spider chocolate things. That's how confident I am with spiders now. I actually eat them. I eat frogs. I'll eat anything.
Snails.
Maybe not.
Dog. Cat.
I'll eat a dog.
Ugh! You're kidding me.
Oh, it depends.
Mate.
Depends what sort of dog it is.
No, it doesn't matter what type of dog it is.
Why
you
not?
don't fucking eat a dog or a cat.
I'll eat a pussy.
A big pussy.
I have a lot of asthma, so I wouldn't eat it. No, I'm not going to get it. But spiders are...
You can't eat dog, you can't eat cat.
Is there a law against
definitely,
it?
No, and you can't eat from our coat of arms. You can't eat a fucking roo.
What about
you can't
ants?
eat
Just
emu.
eat them.
Yeah, that's fine. Just lick them.
Just chuck them in a milkshake.
Oh,
Blender.
yuck.
Ant milkshake.
Oh.
No, look, I'd have. I mean, you could roast them up. They could be like your black pepper.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't think they'd taste like anything.
I reckon
put some
would.
salt on them.
Oh.
some
So
acid.
haven't you ever killed an ant? Like pinch
And
one?
accidentally eaten it.
No, a pinch one, and then you wash your hands, and then I don't know, you sniff your fingers, and
You
the
smell.
ants, they stink.
Oh, yeah.
It always smells like off coconut shavings.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, well...
But you can't you can't eat emu, you can't eat roo, and you can't eat dog, you can't eat cat.
Okay.
No, it's not on, mate. Not on.
I used to eat roo. We had to eat it at Great Aussie Bush Camp.
I remember. Kangaroo burgers.
They were nice.
I remember the kangaroo burgers.
That
The
place,
only time I've ever had
that
roo.
place was weird. I mean, there were ghosts.
It was. To this day, we saw someone random.
Who would work there? I just don't understand.
I think they travel between different countries.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how it works.
I'm not very good with heights.
I'm
You know,
terrified of heights.
I know someone who does parkour.
Parkour?
Yeah, have you heard of parkour?
No.
It's where they jump and
Like
do
bungee jumping.
stretching and they just jump off things. Like it's like Spider-Man, but real people. And they'll jump on something and they'll jump on something else and they'll jump over buildings and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Sounds extreme.
Well, they do that. I mean, how do you do that? Where do you begin in that, I guess? I mean, he gets lessons, he's trying to, build himself up to do things. And they go to the beach and they jump off that, that nice little ledge and jump into the sand and stuff. So I guess...
Some people clearly have too much time on their hands.
Boys in year 6.
Well, there you go. There's your
So
answer.
I'm afraid of heights. But that's all.
I'm terrified of heights. Terrified of planes. Terrified of the water.
Of planes or just
I
being
hate
in
flying.
planes?
No, sorry, not of planes. Flying.
Yeah.
In planes.
So if there was an alternative to flying a plane, would you take it?
Such as?
Well, a 74-hour drive to England.
Don't do that. I'd rather drive for hours than
What about a boat?
74 hours. Gosh, that'd be awesome.
What, a 74-hour road trip?
Yeah,
That'd be so long.
that's only like 3 days. That'd be great.
Where would you stop?
Oh, Wherever. It's not in the water.
Mediterranean.
That'd be good. Just a highway that connected in between. How good's that?
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. No.
That's it. Got it. Solved all the world's problems.
Well, they need to build something then. But yeah, I'm the same. I don't like flights.
Hate flying. I'm just scared of what's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're going to fly with Qantas. Very safe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Very safe.
Yeah.
Very safe.
No.
The spirit of Australia.
I mean, what else has been happening recently? I mean, there was that issue. I mean, rugby league is, they're getting quite good at sagas and problems like that, aren't they? I mean,
they almost went the whole pre-season without an incident.
Mm.
And what do you know? Someone cocks it up.
It's a long pre-season.
Or, sorry, I should say, put their cock in a dog.
Well, I don't think they got it.
Simulated.
They're getting good at meeting the press, if that makes sense, and launching statements.
Oh, they've had plenty of practice of that.
They got an integrity, There's no integrity whatsoever. I mean, David Gallop, when he was there, he started. He looked like he was 34, and after a year, he looked like he was Barack
60.
Obama at the moment. He was, he was grey as ever. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, he's lost more hair.
And they've got some random in now, haven't they? I mean, Gus Gould's doing it. I reckon Gus Gould would be good.
He would be good.
I reckon Fatty Vorden, he'd be good. Yeah, just catch the ball all the time.
Fatty Vorden.
He'd be catching all the dogs. Who would be the... I mean,
his Bulls cricket. When he played for the Bulls.
Exactly.
Queensland Bulls. Was it the Bulls?
Yeah, the Queensland Bulls. Who would be the most ideal candidate, you think, for the NRL?
Well, it'd have to be someone... I couldn't name names. Because a lot of the people that are already tied up with clubs and they don't want to take on that responsibility. But it'd be someone who had passion for the game, who had a business brain.
Yeah.
That's only the two prerequisites.
So,
I reckon. Good negotiator.
John Lang.
A people's person.
John Lang's a people's person.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, John Lang. That'd be right. Gussie Gould.
What about Chief? Paul Harrigan.
Thunder Chief.
What about Mario Fennick?
Oh God, he wouldn't be able to negotiate with anyone. He'd be like, "You're a dickhead."
I saw him at the driving range once, actually. Mario Fennick. He didn't have his Bunnies jersey on. I think I was fantasising. But he was definitely there hitting a couple of shots. So no, we did talk about last year Ghost, didn't we? And there has been some Ghost issues. I mean, we were talking about Grazer Bush Camp, but I saw a Ghost in Spain.
Did you?
I actually did. And it wasn't Christopher
Did you tell me?
Columbus. No. It was in Granada. The Ghost of Granada, I call it. Ghosty. And we were staying in this old sort of flat. And I woke up, in the middle of the night, because I've been quite dehydrated. So I wasn't drinking water. So I was quite thirsty, hoping it would rain through, the basin. And I saw it. I saw all of them. There was a whole family of them. They were having... Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, you get the bucket, No, there was a little boy. And
Mexican food,
yeah.
Tacos.
Paella.
Nachos.
They were all sitting there, and one of them looked at me. I sort of put the finger up at him. And, no, he put the finger up at me. I sort of did the that's gold, And, no, I think they were worried because I was sitting in the dining room on a couch. And I felt like... And one of them went into... my sister and her husband's room. So I feel like that must have been the boy's room. Because he didn't open the door. The door was sort of open. He went in there. And he was obviously like, can I go to bed? I'm pretty tired. Being a ghost is exhausting. Plus the sun is so strong.
Sounds like a vampire.
Yes, pretty much. I've had a tough day. I couldn't find this house. I've been eating Cheerios all day.
Lost my keys.
I was in a bullfight. So he wanted to go to bed, and he wasn't able to go to bed. So I think he crept up with me for a bit. But I told him to fuck off. No, I didn't. I got freaked out. I turned on a light. I started screaming. I got mum and dad out to investigate it. Got the ghost whispering. No, I didn't get the ghost whispering. But it was just a horrific sight because when you're in that situation, you want to be able to react quickly. And what I mean by that is turn the light on.
Turn the light on, scream.
But the light wasn't close. I need a remote. Oh. Yeah. But
so how old was the Ghost of Granada?
Well, it was a family, but I reckon the boy he looked about 8 or 9, and then it looked like a 1900s, early 1900s family, like the mum and the dad. I looked up, did a bit of research about Granada, and it is probably one of the most haunted places in Spain.
Jeez.
It's an extremely old city.
So the ghosts
of Granada. Yeah, exactly. And no,
was it the Addams family, was it?
It could have been. I mean, what do you do in that situation? Do you throw things at them? Are they like huntsmen? And if you throw something at them, you provoke them, and they start.
Iron, mate.
You iron them.
No, iron, as in iron, the element iron.
Wow.
As in, like, I don't know, some sort of bar that's made out of iron.
Well, you had a hockey stick when we went to Waco's Parkway.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah. Oh, you never know.
Well,
that wouldn't work. But it's just
it was security. A girl. You can't bash a girl, can you? A girl ghost.
I don't give a shit about the ghost of bloody Middle Creek.
So, I didn't sleep in that room the next night, and I
wouldn't do that to a real life woman, obviously.
No,
but a ghost. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've already been killed, haven't they?
Yeah.
No. So,
haven't you watched Supernatural, mate?
I've watched half an episode of it, and I got too scared. So
they show you how to temporarily get rid of ghosts.
Well, how do you do it? Do you say something or
no?
Bloody Mary.
Iron.
Oh. So an iron does work, like a 7 iron.
Well, does it have iron in it?
It should. Some Nutrigrain.
So yes, you just use that, whack it, and it temporarily disappears.
Okay. That's interesting, isn't it?
But the way in Supernatural you get rid of it is you got to get rid of whatever's keeping them attached to that place. So maybe it's, I don't know, something that belonged to them.
Ah, so like a particular book or something. Sort of like Tom Riddle and Harry Potter. That diary.
That's it. Yeah,
so
like
you just throw them out the window, throw it at some other apartment.
No, you've got to burn it, mate. Burn it alive, destroy it somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think's attaching whatever that lady's name is, Kelly, to Middle Creek?
Revenge.
Is it? I mean, we can't kill revenge, though, can we? It must be something. It could be like an L plate or something. that she used when she died. Could be a particular car. Particular kind of car. Could be a bat. A basketball.
But how did she die initially?
I don't know. I think she just went off the road. Around there. In 1977.
I don't know.
The masked man killed her.
The masked man.
What's his name?
It wasn't the bull man. What was
the
it?
horned man.
Horned man.
The horned man.
God, I might as well call him the horny man.
Yeah, the horny man for Kelly. Well,
I don't know what would be keeping her out of there. It must be. I don't know. Unless there's something else that was going on that night.
Well, there has been a lot of things going on in that place. It could be something. I mean, maybe she was conceived there or something. I don't know. Conceived at Waco's Parkway.
I can understand with the other person that died because they got bow and arrow, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I can
Robin
understand
Hood.
that. So I can understand that.
It's a very old-fashioned way of killing.
That's revenge. The other person.
I don't think he's trying to avenge people though.
Revenge. Get revenge.
That would be revenge.
He probably killed the guy, but he's still there because he's angry. Now he's an angry spirit.
Mm. I mean, is there some sort of... Is it like Mitch Pearce's situation where we can give these ghosts some rehabilitation and, teach them to be nice ghosts and they can be like angels?
No, I think the longer they're around, the angrier the spirit.
Okay.
It's alright.
Yeah. Should we keep going?
Yeah, it's only the fun.
Okay. No, so look, we need to go back there. It's a big thing.
Should go on the
Friday the 13th.
I don't think I won't go back.
After a horror film.
No, we said this last time. We said we're not going back. And I'm going by my gut feeling at the time. We should not go back. I think we tempted fate too much.
I reckon we should adopt what Cricket Australia is doing and do a day-nighter.
Terrifying. Yeah, no, I don't think so. We shouldn't go back. We'll try new stomping grounds. I don't think we should go back there. It's just something not right there.
It's the curiosity
quarantine
of the place.
station.
You're like, oh, that'd be even worse. I mean, it actually has, greater substance to it, in terms of there's problems there. I don't know if you saw that film where they actually locked this guy in there for like 20 minutes. Didn't let him leave. Where the hospital situation was, where the nurses were.
That'd be awful.
And he wasn't even a non-believer. He believed in it. So it was even worse for him. There's a lot of non-believers out there, isn't there? We need to convince them. Convince the unconvinced.
Some people just don't believe in... They look at science, and if they can't... There's no logical explanation as to why it's there. They won't believe it. Just how it works.
Well,
some people like that. They need hard evidence to say that exists.
Well, we were never massive ghost supporters until we had some actual sort of really life-changing events.
We only figured it out a year later, though.
Well, that's right. Yeah, after we look at the web, the World Wide Web.
Well, it wasn't even that. Didn't someone tell us?
I think someone told you. And there is a Facebook website which I've been joining, or have joined, and it has said that if you would like to share any stories about Waikhurst Parkway, you can. And it also says if you'd like to be filmed, if you're okay to be filmed talking about it. I think that's the way we could get our podcast out there.
I reckon they've obviously heard our podcast.
They must have.
They must have, somehow. I don't know how.
How many more people out there like us are there that are Penrith Panther supporters? No, that
been affected by Waikhurst Parkway.
And have been trespassing places. No, yeah, exactly. The latter, not trespass. Affected by Waikhurst Parkway. I mean, there must be thousands. But maybe this is one of those situations where people just don't have a voice because they don't feel confident about talking about it. It's
There's so many disbelievers.
Well, yeah, and
non-believers. Sorry,
disbelievers. I don't know. It's a maybe, yeah, exactly. Maybe they wouldn't be believed by people. I mean, we get laughed at sometimes. I got laughed at. Buster, talking about this. It affects your confidence. And then the odd occasion you get someone who believes in the supernatural. And it changes your life.
On how you see things, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. How you see things, how you hear things.
Yeah.
The air. Yep.
It's called having a seventh sense.
Sixth
sense.
It could be a seventh sense. There could be a seventh sense.
I've got so many senses.
Last I checked, it was sixth.
Okay, right.
Hey, wasn't there a movie called The Sixth Sense?
I think so.
The one with Bruce Willis?
Bruce who?
Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce,
I know.
you know the one I'm talking about? Where he's actually dead, and the boy can see. Spoiler alert, by the way. Where the whole movie goes on, and this boy is seeing Bruce Willis, who in actual fact is a ghost. He's dead.
God.
But you got to watch it. I'm sure it's called The Sixth Sense.
Are you thinking of Mindscape?
No.
That's a good movie.
No. It's definitely The Sixth Sense. Watch it. It's really good. But I've ruined it for you, so you don't watch it. But you go the whole movie without... Probably get about 3/4 of the way when you figure it out. But this whole time, you don't know that Bruce Willis is actually dead. And this boy is seeing him as a ghost form. And about 3/4 of the way through the film, you go, oh my God, he's dead. It's great.
That sounds great. Bruce Willis is dead is good.
But that's the sixth sense. You have this sixth sense, the see the supernatural.
I reckon we should talk to schools about this, if we're allowed back. I think we need to enlighten people about ghosts.
Do we want to scare them for life?
Of course we do. It's an important moment. People need to be educated about what's out there in the world. They always say, be careful. And that's why they're saying it, because there's aliens and there's ghosts. Or is there aliens?
Aliens, that'd be... Oh.
Apparently the aliens are dead. I heard that they've been killed by global warming. They've been killed by something. Been killed by the Zika virus or something. Or chicken virus. What are these called? Hepatitis B.
The bird flu.
The bird flu. I feel like I was hit by the bird flu in Thailand with that lady. Didn't feel good for a number of weeks. At the medical centre, every
No,
2
but-
hours.
There has to be... How can we be the only Goldilocks planet out there?
Gollywogs.
Goldilocks.
That's true. Well, there's Mars.
No, it's not.
And there's
It's not a Goldilocks planet.
There's Neverland.
There's no...
They call it the red light district.
But there'd have to be other planets out there that exactly the same thing happened to them.
Well, there used to be Pluto. Uranus.
Excuse me.
There's
Nothing up my anus.
Pluto's up Uranus. Go on. Well, yeah, that's right. I mean, maybe we could get some... I was about to say Scientology experts, but maybe that's not a good thing.
Not Scientology.
You know who would be a really good guest speaker? One of those Jehovah's Witness people.
Oh, no, please,
I'm
God.
sure you can... You know, you have good contacts there. Some good...
Unfortunately, I do.
Well, I mean, how could they contribute to this?
In no way.
But what could
In
they...
no way. They'd just get out the Bible, and I've got it down here somewhere. They'd just get it.
They'd give us some passages. They'd correlate Kelly's death to the end of the world. They'd tell us that Parramatta Eels aren't going to win this year, which is what we want to hear.
They got a good team, though.
Well, yeah, I'm not denying that, but something will happen. Michael Jennings, you know, will go to the Greyhounds on Saturday. And
The great.
that is the most corrupt sport, I reckon. Greyhounds.
It
There's
is,
a number of, but you know,
There's a lot of illegal,
it's
unethical things that go on in the
my
train.
friend went to the pub the other day and he spent 2 hours gambling. This is what people do these days.
Just on the doggies.
Yeah, literally. Doggies. You know, you go out for dinner with someone and then you have a good time and then and he's on his phone. Why is it? And then he's on the gambling and, you know, he's on the cocaine and, you know, and then you're just sitting there going, you know, I'll just talk to a random person. Anyway, he won a lot of the Greyhounds, so I think he purchased a couple of sodas for me. I was very happy about that.
Don't worry, we have got some cordial for you. Is that what he bought you?
Yeah,
Red cordial.
That's fine. Well, it's good to be back. I'm sure the viewers are at home, you know, they've had Alan Jones, they've had their terror for 2 hours.
I want to try,
conservative politics.
not only upload it to YouTube, obviously, but I'm going to try and make an intro as well for us.
Oh, wow.
So, once I figure out how to condense,
I reckon
I'll be able to.
I reckon the Mayhem Hour should do a little bit like a Russell Coit or Aussie Adventures. to Waco's Parkway.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Car key catastrophe.
Central Coast or something, you know. We could just invite some randoms, you know, some backpackers.
Gosh, please
Just
no.
see how they go. Just get the most incompetent people who would be in the outback and take them up there and see what they do.
See if they can survive.
I reckon that'd be great. Just leave them there, you know, survival of the fittest. You know?
God, who knows what would happen? Crash a few cars.
Oh, yeah. The only time I've ever been camping is when I got attacked by a bull ant. It was huge. They're massive.
Making it massive.
And I was crying. I was only 7 or something, but this huge bloody bull ant, the size of Tegan's cat, came at me. I was like, what the hell is that? Is that ant eating all the other ants in Narrabeen, you know? Oh.
Now, before we wrap this up, I want to talk about that. Speaking of Tegan's cat,
Yeah.
I think we should discuss this.
Okay. Yeah, well,
So it was your birthday. We went out drinking.
we did. We went
Had
to
some
the Persian.
dinner. Had the Persian. There was a bit of dancing.
Yeah.
A bit crazy. It was fun though. It was good. Good food. I think I had a casserole of some sort. I think I had
Casserole at a
Beautiful.
Persian restaurant.
I don't know. Something.
Soup.
No, it definitely wasn't soup. It was just like some sort of maybe shredded, something shredded, shredded meat with a bit of rice and some sauce and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Very nice.
It was good. Yeah, nice place.
Good to drink. Then we went to the Willoughby Hotel.
Yeah.
Had some more.
Well, after you did get kicked out of it initially because you were taking a beer out.
Oh yeah. I was kicking myself out.
You're not allowed to do that in Sydney. You have to drink them inside. So you came out.
I didn't even know that though. I didn't think it would be a problem. He went charging after me, didn't you?
Is that the big guy as well?
Yeah. Well,
Massive guy? Yeah.
I didn't know. I honestly had no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we went back to Tegan's. Drank more.
Quite a lot more.
And from what I've told, you vomited in the bathroom first, was it?
Could have been.
It was the bathroom. And
It's hard to distinguish what's the bathroom now.
It went all everywhere, inside the seals of the toilet, everywhere. And then you must have vomited again in the laundry, because there's another toilet in there.
Yeah.
It could have been that same
Yeah,
one.
right, yeah. I knew that, yeah.
And then
Different
to wipe it up, you used a feather duster, which
good.
would have spread it even more.
That's smart, though.
That's not smart. That would have spread it. It doesn't soak it
I
up.
saw it on Kerry Ann's show, you know. She was doing it. She was, you use a feather duster when you vomit everywhere.
Carrie Ann's a joke.
And then she danced with a feather duster.
And then you proceed to use Tegan's mum's expensive top to wipe the rest up. And then the next morning, they put it in the wash.
Yeah.
Wondering why. So spread all the vomit throughout the rest of the clothes through the wash. And the best part, the cat ate your vomit.
Oh, yeah.
And then after eating your vomit,
Bit of, what do they call it? Wiggles or whatever they call it? What's the cat food called? Winkers.
Winkers, is that what it's called?
No, what's it called? Whiskers or something.
Whiskers,
yeah, that's the one.
Whiskers,
It's a bit of Whiskers. Casserole.
Then the cat walks upstairs and vomits everywhere in Scarlett's room.
Is it a house cat?
No, it's not.
Well, it shouldn't be inside then. Well, yeah, it needs to control
So your
itself.
vomit created even more of a mess.
It's an earthquake.
Not only vomiting in the laundry, the bathroom, etc., etc. By vomiting, and then the cat then eating it, that led to vomiting upstairs.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, these things happen. Yeah. And look, I didn't count on the cat to eat it. You know, I thought, you know, once is enough. And I unreservedly apologise to the Labor Party and Simon Bell. And one day I think we'll be able to go back in there.
Well, I've already been back.
I'll come with a nice, expensive white shirt and a new feather duster. And a new cat. And a smaller cat that the cat can eat if she gets hungry. You know?
It's a great idea.
I don't know, some nets or something? Something to catch the vomit next time. Sifters.
It'll go straight through it, though.
What do you suppose then? Some bowls? Or
No, I think you should just vomit
bubble
outside.
wrap? You know,
Just vomit outside next time.
Okay. I thought the outside was quite nice. So
Feed the outside.
feed the...
Oh, but you could just get the hose and...
They did get the hose. On me.
That's...
I was hosed by the fire department. They got a ladder to get the cat out. And, yeah. So, no. Look, that's not going to happen for a while. And it hasn't happened for a while. So, you know. Well, I haven't been there since that.
That famous incident.
Well, you know. Look, it's what happens when you're young, you know. That's why we're
Young
growing
and bold.
up. You know?
Young and dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Dumb and dumber.
Dumb and dumb. No, young and dumb.
Young and
Give
dumb.
us a chance.
Yeah. Well, you know. Anyway, we'll stick to ghosts, you know. We can vomit
Isn't it
through
interesting?
ghosts.
Every time I feel like the last 3 episodes, we always tend to go back to ghosts, don't we? We love ghost talk, don't
Well,
we?
yeah, it's a ghost chat.
Instead of it should be called Ghostbusters.
The
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, no, the ghosts are a big issue. An undervalued issue, I think.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Now, before we go, we've got 2 more topics to talk about. Nice and quick. Because I think we've already gone over our kilobytes.
Does that say incontinence?
No.
Okay.
Incontinence?
Hmm.
No, it's that says what constitutes a dickhead.
I think we've talked about
We
that.
have already talked about that.
Yeah, what constitutes a dick?
Ponytails, bucket hats.
Questions people about their shoelaces.
Oh, 50-year-olds with blonde tips in their hair. Oh my god.
What? Because they're from the beaches, or?
No, because they're idiots. Like, warning or something.
I reckon
It's
when
idiots.
I become grey, I'm not going to dye it.
Oh, I won't.
I'll be proud of it, you know.
Yeah, bloody
I'll find
I want to be the silver fox.
I'll
Corey Parker.
I'll find a nice grey-haired woman, and we can have grey kids.
Silver foxes.
I'll look great when there's a storm or something, and I'll fit in. Yeah. No, look, the other issues with the RTA. I think the RTA is really, really superb at the moment.
Superb.
I think they're going through a really good trot.
Oh, that's
sorry, Jonathan. No, they're going really well. They're more efficient. I'm still waiting for my license, but I'll forget them for that. You go in there, and it's like being part of a family. You know, they give you a ticket. It's like being Chuggles Charlie. You wait for your meal. You wait for your, to be served.
You wait at the meat department at Woolies.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then
57. Yeah, g'day, mate. Can I get a bit of meat?
Yeah.
Some sausages.
And
Get a kilo of sausages, mate.
And they always well, every time I've been there, the water is always out of order, and so you then feel like you're gonna faint or you're gonna be unconscious, and everyone looks so angry to be there. Everyone's so frustrated, but they do have nice air conditioning, I must say. It's lovely. You know, my friend said the best thing about Chatswood is you can drive around there all day and beat L platers on their tests and watch them fail. And I think that's a lovely way to finish, because we love failure. We're Penrith Panthers supporters.
We're accustomed to. That's part of our mould. Failure.
It's lovely to see people fail, because it helps them learn never to do Chatswood. L plates. Yeah, I was gonna say RSL as well.
Your red tests.
I'm going for my fulls on Friday.
Yeah, I gotta do my full as well. Hang on, let's talk about that.
I said to the lady, should I do some research? You know, can I do research? And she said, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm going for my greens.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, good luck to you, you know. Well, I just wanted you work at the RTA. You could give me some insights, into what to do. But anyway, so I don't know. I'm just going to, I'm going to go in there with a fresh mindset. I don't need to do any research. I'm just going to drive the way I usually, because you don't have to drive, but I'm going to drive the way I usually drive, which is safe, cautious, over-cautious, conservative.
But you don't have to drive.
I know, but on the simulator, you got to
right, yeah.
Put your
simulator
foot down,
and then the theory exam.
Yeah.
Just err on the safe side, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was going to do it the other day, but then I thought I'd be over the limit.
I don't think they breath test.
They could. I always thought, shit, they're going to breathalyze me. I'm going to be way over. I obviously knew you don't drive, but, I mean, when you play Gran Turismo, do you breathalyze yourself before you drive?
Gran Turismo?
There's racing games on Xbox.
No way. No, you drive better when you're drunk.
I know, but
more confidence.
Yeah, but we're in Australia. There's laws. If you're only greens,
you just like so much better when you drive when you're drunk. You just feel like you can do anything. You feel like you can do some, Dukes of Hazzard or something.
Some donuts,
some doughies, fish tails.
I'm sure you can do some fish tails.
Just feel like you can do anything. You're just such a confident driver.
Yeah,
which is a recipe for disaster.
Of course, we're not. Yeah, so anyway, all I'm saying is we should never drink drive, and when you play Xbox games, ensure that you don't drink, because it has a
breathalyze yourself.
It has an effect on your performance
and the points.
I played Halo the other day and I got 0 points.
You got negative at one stage.
I don't know how. I couldn't remember. I couldn't find my controller for half the time, but I was using someone else's. And then you think, oh, which one am I?
Yeah, which screen am I?
I thought I was on top left, but that was you killing me. I was like, I'm doing really well,
You mean Brad?
Yeah.
Brad was always killing you. Now we'll finish on that because we're just about almost at the hour mark. We're at 59, but we'll be back next week. Hopefully with an intro. Hopefully up on YouTube. Even though we've been saying that for months.
Yeah.
But I think we've finally figured out our method.
We're turning the tide.
I think so.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'll create a few intros. That way, we mix it up each week.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to be back.
It is. Back at work.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Okay.